My dudes, what's going on? Welcome to World 4 in 5 minutes or less. Grab your pen and paper because this is going to be a doozy. Anyways, let's get into it. Once again, welcome to World 4. But before any further, you want to make sure to go top of the kitchen and talk to Gobbo. This parsnip of a guy will give you a quest line to unlock the portal to start progressing. If you don't do this first, you'll be soft locked for a few hours. After you're done that, you should have done a few quests by now from cooking and breeding. Once the portal is unlocked, now it's time to start. Push your characters to Fallstar Isle, aka the Demon Genie map. Quick tip, don't level up your breeding upgrades yet because Oink and the NPC will have a quest that will give you rewards upon upgrading. Now let's talk about the highlight of World 4, elite classes. You can unlock all the elite classes, but only 3 of them have abilities. The other ones will be unlocked until World 5, except for 6 talents that are available for everyone. So make sure to get all your characters their respective elite classes. Which brings us to our first elite class, Beastmaster. Beastmaster is Hunter's elite class and specializes in breeding. The talent Curvature of the Paw will get higher power level for your pets when breeding, and Arena Spirit will give you extra entries into the arena, and it will also give you passive pet damage. Speaking of breeding, let's go over it. Breeding is where you get spices and special perks for unlocking new pets and accomplishing arena and territory, aka spice battles, which are used later in cooking. Use an egg on a species and has a chance to unlock a new pet and can be modified the percentage with genetic multipliers. I have a breeding guide for more in-depth explanation, but since it's a little outdated, I'll give you some tips for good starting pets to start pushing. A good setup to start collecting spices would be the genetics known as a forager and then moving to targeters until you start getting mid-game into breeding. You can find arena at the top of the screen, which will give you unique bonuses and allow you to help start your fighting team. For breeding, you can only use 2 at the start, but as early as round 2, you can unlock your 3rd fighting spot. A good starter for arena for progressing would be Mercenary, Curse, Defender, which with the proper power level should get you to about round 15 to unlock your 4th pet slot, which will be into Mercenary, Fleeter, Curse, and then Defender. Pre-round 50, you want to farm all the way to Rattler, Monolithic, Refiller, and Defender. After all of that, you want to get Burger, but that's a little late game, just some food for thought. Territory stars, aka spice battles, you'll be looking for Mercenary, Fleeter, Forager, and then making your way to Rattler, Monolithic, Refiller, Defender, same as before. You can buy eggs with gems, but unless you're a humpback whale of the Pacific Ocean, this is a waste of gems. Do not do it. Next up is Blood Berserker. Blood Berserkers is Barbarian's elite class. It specializes in cooking, increasing ladle efficiency with overflowing ladle talent, which gives you more minutes based on level, and Apocalypse Chow, which increases efficiency and XP for cooking based on 1 million kills for each unique mob on the Blood Berserker. Same mechanic as Apocalypse Chow. Also, the talent Taste Test will help you push recipes faster because you can use the ability on a cooking recipe to have 2 chances to unlock a new recipe. Cooking is where you get a lot of your stats and buffs for World 4, but working on unlocking them and going for diamond plates will be a must, which is a level 11 or higher on each dish. Explained later into this video. For plates, you want a hard focus on eggs, corn dogs, and cabbage. All of these will give you meal cooking speed. Having Blood Berserker cooking 24/7 will help boost this tremendously because if you're AFKing in the kitchen, you will get ladles per hour. Only use ladles on Blood Berserker because of the talent that I mentioned before. And to unlock meals, you'll need to add spices together, unlocked from breeding. To have a chance at unlocking a new recipe when combining spices, a silhouette will appear at the bottom if you have not unlocked that meal. Warning, higher tier spices means longer wait time. With enough time and effort, you'll become the Gordon Ramsay of IdleOn. Hehe. And finally, the highlighted big dump truck of a class, Bubonic Conjurer, aka Bubo, is Shaman's elite class, which specializes in the lab, from giving other players XP or efficiency as much as giving the Bubo itself XP and efficiency. Lab is an interesting mechanic, a huge asset to World 4, from getting anywhere from 2 times kills to 2 times on 3D prints, and even a massive amount of money %. Click on the mainframe at the top and hit the upload for your characters, and congrats, you're now in the Matrix, but completely unusable while in the lab. But don't be fooled. Just starting, lab could be a huge time waster. If you're not properly prepared, you'll starve your characters. A couple things to mention is what I like to call #lab trap, which is where you enter World 4 and you instantly throw your guys into the lab and forget. If you don't have your 3D printer set up to fund your refinery, you're going to be salt locked hard. Just so everybody knows, because I don't know why the mechanic's so small, it's confusing, just like why. There's 2 different types of connection range. One, player connection, which is the connection range from player to player in your mainframe, and no connection, which is usually known as line width, and it'll make it so you can connect further away from nodes. There's also 2 additional add-ons. In World 4 Shop, you can buy a pile of processor chips. Buy one every day for 3 days and consume it to unlock rotational chips, which can be a huge stat boost per character. And strong jewels for 7 days, and it will unlock jewels for the lab to help buff it even more by a large margin. Like, we're talking like 20 to 30% upgrade. You can buy these in the gem shop, but jewels are the only ones that truly worth the gems. Unless you love Gamba as much as I do, chips are a waste of gems. To help you progress further, there is also a mini-boss known as the Mutated Mush that is a very chonky boy, but also drops eggs, ladles, and candy, and can be found at the Purple Mushrooms map. You drop an item known as the Toxic Sludge. It can also be farmed in World 4 Coliseum, located at the TV map. I know, I sound like a broken record, but man, if you've been subbed to me for a while, you know what's next. We got alchemy, baby. If you aren't there yet, working on FMJ and accuracy will be important, as well as the damage bubbles I went over in the previous video. But the new bubbles that you want to work on: Egg Ink, which increases egg incubation time, which just means you get eggs faster. Mr. Massacre, which is a big bubble to give more multi-kill per tier. This one's going to be essential for your pushing. Diamond Chef for faster meal and fire kitchen speed based on your meal plates at level 11, which is the diamond plates is what I was talking about before. And Orange, Green, and Purple Bubble 14, which is Severa Purple, Prima Green, and Multi-Orange for bubble multipliers that stack on the previous multipliers. And finally, Kill per Kill, which gives you extra kills, which also helps push portals because it doesn't require multi-kill. Let's talk about some questing. In World 4, this is the quickest of all the worlds to complete all the quests, but are also the most important. Gobbo for the world unlock, of course. Nebula Netty for task unlocks. Oinkin for the 3 stamps. And don't upgrade breeding until you get the second part of this quest. And Capital P for the other stamps. There are quite a few stamps for World 4, but I'm only going to name the ones that matter and helping the most for your progression. You have the Cooked Meal stamp, which gives cooking %. Nest Egg stamp, which gives you breeding XP. And Ladle stamp, which gives you base cooking efficiency. All of these can be obtained through the Oinkin quest line. We also have Spice stamp, which gives you new recipe speed. Egg stamp, which is new pet % chance, which you can get in the World 4 shop. And then you have Lab Tube, which is XP %, and DNA stamp, which increases the DNA gain from splicing, which you can get both of those from the Capital P quest line. And while you're at it, you should probably focus on defense from your stamps, because that will help you tremendously. Stay with me. We're almost there. Should change the World 4 into 5 hours or less. You know what I'm saying? Merit points are pretty easy for this world, so we'll go in this order. Node connection range for easy use of the lab. Egg capacity. More eggs means more chances. Mob respawn after doing the Capital P quest. And troll gear for late game progression. Then you could do Spice Spillage if you have the free star talent points, and Crystal Mob last because, well, that one's low-key useless. The gem shop is a doozy for this one, and it's based more or less on personal opinion, so I'm not going to cover it in this video, but if you want to know what the biggest bang for your buck is, I refer you to my gem shop video tier list. When pushing through World 4, make sure to stop at Elitist before you're ready. Saves you time and headache. So for pushing, you would want to run, like I mentioned, in World 3 5 minutes or less, Void Helm, Void Chest, Void Legs, and Void Boots, the Caustic Scarf, Tenacity Rings, and Void Weapons. You can exchange this for cheese or gear if you're at that point and you don't really need defense %. And also, you're going to be wanting to run Kill per Kill Big Bubble, Mr. Massacre Bubble, and in the lab, you want to be running Killer Brightside. That will give you the most kills and the fastest progression. I wouldn't suggest pushing unless you have a minimum of 1 million max damage after getting to Elitist. Now, keep in mind, this is not enough to push all the way to the end, but dudes, I know how impatient you guys are, so I can give you the absolute bare minimum. And there's still people pushing World 4 and Amarok here, okay? I gotta let you guys know what the bare minimum is, at least. If we are looking at a realistic standpoint, you're looking more about 20 million damage. Pre-World 5, you'll be looking at either full troll gear, or at least on your bubonic conjurer, and luster gear with diabolical weapons at the bare minimum. We don't know how hard World 5 is going to hit, so diabolical head, chest, legs, and feet with Caustic Cheese or Scarf and Emperor Opals obtained in the Flurbo shop and party dungeons would be a good standpoint to start World 5 with a big boost. After all that being said and you have everything equipped, push through World, get to Troll, but you have to farm Stilt Seekers in order to get the Troll keys, kill the Troll, and congrats, you're in the waiting room for World 5. But before we go, I want you to hit up with a priority list if you manage to kill Troll and you can get prepared for World 5. Make sure all your meals are at least level 11. Green stacking, which is 10 million of each unique item in your storage. This just increases your damage from unadulterated banking fury, which is a lab node. Start working on your G-mush kills, which increases the money percent per million green mushroom spores killed, also known as fungi finger pocketeer. Refer to my buddy Ganon's video on 1 million spore kills per hour. Video link will be in the description. He's also part of the IBA, so make sure you go show him some love. Getting your Bubo to one-shotting Floms and having a 200% crit chance for Mega Crit. Bubo is your alchemy and money farmer. Keep on unlocking all gems for lab and unlocking the cookie chip, which will give you a 75% chance to respawn a crystal mob respawn after killing one. Keep working on all your stamps, unlocking the prayer circular criticals for free crit chance, and Jawbreaker for money percent. Level up alchemy bubbles to a minimum of level 80 and grind time to 1k. Leveling all your characters to 200 to 250, managing to get arena 200, and maxing out your post office. My dudes, before you click off, I have a quick announcement to make. I'm doing a limited edition IdleOn RAM plushie giveaway every 1,000 subs until 10,000 subs. So the first one will be at 7k. So stay tuned when I announce the video when the number is met, with the secret code in that video for you to put in the comments section, and one lucky subscriber will be able to win one of these epic plushies. Anyways, my dudes, make sure to like, comment to tell me what you think. Makes me a happy man and gets these videos into the algorithm so we can help others on their IdleOn adventure. Also, join the Discord. We are so close to 1,000 Discord members. Links are in the description below. Also, if you haven't joined my live streams, then you're losing out on some premium IdleOn learning experience. Like, come on, like, get on over here. Especially when World 5 releases, you know you're going to want to be there. That being said, I got to get out of here. Tune in for the next IdleOn video. Stay safe, happy grinding, and peace out.